stay at home on 9 to 5, raising your babies with joy and pride. A real ass mom, you're a real ass mom, taking care of business. Ooh, girl, you're resilient, 'cause you're a real ass mom, a real ass mom.
Welcome to the Real Mama Pod. Real ass moms sharing real ass experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Hey mama, hey!
Hey mama!
What's up, friend?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I got my mama juice.
Yes.
It's Saturday, which means there's endless opportunity for the day.
Absolutely.
So I'm in a good mood. How are you?
I'm great and I'm just so ecstatic.
You always ecstatic.
Like, we're recording live with the guests. Like, the Real Mama Pod is like really going places.
Oh, speak it.
Speak it. I'm speaking it.
We going far, honey.
Real far. Household name. I already called it.
Okay, household name manifest.
Yes. So, we have a guest, right?
We do have a guest, and this guest is a really good friend of ours, actually. We have Mrs. Annmarie Swatson. Annmarie, she's been a friend for 10 years. This is 10 years for us.
Wow,
I met you in
it is.
2012.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Annmarie, she's been a friend, at least of mine. She might have known Devin longer, I don't know. But she's been a friend of mine for 10 years. And Annmarie was in my wedding. I was in her wedding. She has a beautiful baby girl that I'll let her talk about. And I'm happy because what she's here to talk about is full of purpose in life. And watching this baby of hers grow for almost 10 years, 9 years now, is one of the most beautiful things I've seen. So I'm happy for her to talk about that. And it's going to be a good interview.
Yes.
Yay!
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was an introduction.
Come on with the introduction. So Annie, So
Yes.
I will likely refer to her as Annie because that's just what we call her.
Yes, Annie's fine.
Unless you wanna go by
no, let's do
Annmarie.
Annie. We in our living room today, all relaxing.
Okay.
You all can call me Annie.
Yeah, okay. Annie. Annie is, like I said, she's amazing. So Annie, tell us about your journey to mamahood.
Wow. Okay, so my journey to mamahood, I feel like it honestly started when I found out I had fibroids back in, what year was that? 2018. So I was engaged to my husband Will, and of course you always just think we're gonna have kids. That's just like an assumption you would have. But I, didn't realize that I had them. I just had very bad cycles, and I, was always super fatigued around that time of the month. And it kind of came out through constant, conversations with my family and a couple friends for me to just have the courage to go and, really seek what was happening. So when they told me that, having children would be compromised if I didn't have this surgery, that's when I believe my road to mamahood happened, because I chose myself and I chose my health to, have a myomectomy, which they were able to remove, 14 fibroids.
Oh my.
And, literally did the surgery 2 months before the wedding.
Wow.
So I was like literally bedridden for 8 weeks and then walked down the aisle. So it was a very emotional time because I'm just like, when we were ready to have children, I just wanted that to be done. And so then we, had to wait a certain trial period too for my body to heal before we could, try to have a baby. So we started trying in 2020, and then we found out on New Year's Day of 2021 that we were going to be having a baby.
Yeah,
so
way to start the year.
What a way to start! Literally that morning, okay? Like December 31st, I had my drinky drink because I was just like, I'm late. I already know. I feel like this is happening, and it's like it's a fun secret you have with yourself. It's just it's actually a beautiful process. Like, you just know something's shifting, and like you just know you don't really know what to expect.
Right.
But so motherhood started, I would say, when I chose my health and myself first.
Yeah.
And then baby girl Ariana Swatson came August 18th of 2021.
Leo.
Leo.
No, I'm a stan of Leos now. I'm not gonna lie.
Those are great.
Y'all all right?
No,
they're kind of like they're a great energy.
Great energy. Big
They're
boss
very positive.
energy.
Very
loyal,
positive.
Like, She's gonna have a
for sure.
personality out this world. I mean, she's gonna be a queen.
She
is a
absolutely,
queen.
she's already, listen, a budding queen already.
But
I love it.
seriously, y'all should have been at her christening.
Oh, she was all over the place.
Yes.
Honey, it was laid out for Queen. Honey. It was laid out. It was laid out. You know what's funny is when I had that missed period, I had that feeling too, like, what if I'm pregnant? So let me just live life, because we were on vacation when my missed period came.
Right.
Or what it didn't come. And I was like, if I'm pregnant, let me just live this life real quick, and when we get home, I'll confirm.
When I don't know. Exactly. Because then you know
it's okay if
be...
you don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I could or I could not be. So I definitely had fun. And then when I got back,
Okay, let me go take this test. Right?
Yep, and you just stopped cold turkey. Anyways, that was a great introduction. Is there anything you want to add to what Ken may have left out? Are you okay with your intro? You good? Anything you want to tell us about?
Good for now. I know we'll ease into, Painted Pink as we go on, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am known for being the 21 question person on the show. So we are going to ask a lot of questions. We're going to dive in deep. This is a very vulnerable space. Very
well, I
chill.
can swim, so we can go deep.
Yeah, all right. So, you are the founder of Painted Pink. So tell us a little bit about that and the journey of Painted Pink, how everything came about, your why.
Absolutely.
Let's get into it.
So Painted Pink was birthed from my own personal story of just not understanding breast health and the importance of it. I don't really understand how from, I feel like teenager and up, we talk so much about reproductive, the reproductive cycle of a woman and like everything quote unquote down there, but they never discuss your breasts. It's
Right.
like, it's never discussed, and it's kind of like, oh, don't worry about those until you're over 40 and then you have to go get mammograms. And so, it never was top of mind until it started becoming a problem for me. So at 22, I had some pain on my left breast, and when I went to go get a biopsy, when I went to go get checked out, they decided to do a biopsy and a mammogram, and they were like, it's non-cancerous, you're good to go. So after a few months of the pain progressing, my insurance said they would not cover removing the lump because it was non-cancerous and also because of my age. So I went to my parents and I literally was like, can we do an out-of-pocket expense for this because I'm in a lot of discomfort. So at 23, I did my first lumpectomy, and we removed the lumps. There were 2 of them, about almond-shaped sizes, again, in my left breast. So the recovery time for that was probably 4 to 6 weeks, but with the recovery, I just still didn't really understand this gap of knowledge of trying to figure out why I'm young, why I don't understand like what the causes of breast cancer could be, and the implications of not knowing how to take care of your breast or knowing how to look for a lump, because none of my colleagues, friends, no one understood. Like, it was kind of like a deer in headlights when I would share, my experience.
Right.
So I actually went to support groups. Like, I went to 2 different meetings, support group meetings, and 23, only brown girl in there. Everyone was, did not look like me, was white and, in their 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
And they had lumpectomies or mastectomies to remove, their breast cancer or the breast tumors that they had found. And so it was kind of like I was such an outlier in the room, like, why are you here? And I was like, I just want to learn more. What does community look like for someone that looks like me? So that's honestly how it was birthed. I just didn't see the community, I didn't see the answers, and I realized there was a huge miseducation when it came to young women of how to take care of themselves. So that's how Painted Pink started. It started with just me telling my friends to wear their, color their nails pink, and do any walks that they could find in their local, cities. And then from there, I decided to do my own first brunch of October 2013 that I privately funded, and just invited, as many friends and family as I could. And I just said, hey, I just got in a bonus from work, so I was like, let's just go to Mary Mac's Tea Room, have some soul food, and I'm gonna share my story. And I was able to get 2 breast cancer survivors to come, and after the event, everyone was like, oh my God, I can't wait for next year. And I'm like, wait, next year? This was just supposed to be like a isolated testimony of like, a call of urgency. Like, guys, go get checked out. Understand your primary care physicians or your gynecologist to check you out for your breast self-exam if you don't know how to do it. Ask around. And I guess at a high level, that's truly where it stemmed from. The passion and the fire fueled others, and we're 9 years in.
Wow,
Man.
that's beautiful.
It is, and it was unexpected. Like, you didn't know that Painted Pink was gonna be what it is today.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just knew God called me to have that first event because I'm naturally a private person, but there's a power in vulnerability and transparency that is like really impacted me to love to share in intimate spaces, even with strangers, because it just brings so much, I feel like, comfort. And I feel like the problem is the more knowledge you have, it can like really decrease fear.
Right.
So the more you talk, people have more courage to, you know, face whatever battles they're going through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with Painted Pink being now 9, what has been your biggest success story with Painted Pink?
I would say our biggest success story would just be our annual bruncheon that we do in October. You know, it's a vibe. It's good energy. It's always, you know, local great entertainment. It's you know, the drinks are flowing because, you know, we want people relaxed. And, you know, people come in their primest pink, and we bring on, you know, young Black women who are, you know, either undergoing breast cancer treatments or have, you know, successfully completed and are survivors to share their stories. We also have healthcare advocates and provide professionals there as well. But we just like create this energy where we're able to talk about very serious matters in a light and fun way. And, you know, that brings on about 150 people usually, but it reaches thousands, right? Because the word just really gets out, and that's like our most impactful time. It's like my favorite month of the year, honestly. Now besides August because of baby girl, but it's such a great energy. Like I'm so excited to get back in person again for this year. And so that would be, I think, our most successful, because, you know, we've had hospitals reach out like, hey, we've tried to like have these info sessions with, you know, young women about breast cancer because it is really impacting Black women at a higher, you know, scarier, rapid rate. What are you guys doing? And I was like, it's us. You know, it's like, it's Black owned, woman owned, and we are the target market. So we know how to speak to the woman that we're trying to reach out to.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the piece that a lot of organizations are missing when they're trying to educate us, if you will.
Those bruncheons, y'all, they really are a vibe.
They're lit.
We've been to a few of them, and I'm excited for it this year. And October, because y'all know October is a great month. But yes, I can't wait for this year's bruncheon, because now I'm local. I'm back.
Yay!
So yes, I can't wait.
That's exciting. So you talked about your success, but we all know with successes, sometimes there are challenges, right? And is there a time, or was there a time ever you just wanted to give up, or?
Absolutely. You know, it's just myself, Taylor James, Gloria Brown, Amaris Appia, and Monica Williams. It's literally 5 of us. Like, we don't get paid. It's just us 5 as a board just trying to figure this thing out. And we work it out as we go, right? And so there have been plenty of lows, plenty of valleys where we've been like, how, right? From, I kind of mentioned off air, you know, one of our greatest relationships with a huge hospital in Atlanta. You know, we had lost our relationship there because the nurse practitioner ended up leaving. And so just trying to get back into that so we can give to these, you know, patients that need us, that has been a huge barrier. To trying to sustain in a pandemic, you know, and kind of changing from all these in-person events to having to do everything virtual and like create that community. So there's been a lot. So I think the financial strain of trying to keep up the momentum, and also the stress of there's so many people that we want to serve, and we don't have the capacity to serve them at the level we want right now. So that can also be a little discouraging too. So, you know, not looking at it as a competition, but like wanting to collectively partner with some of the other, you know, smaller nonprofits as well, so we can all together, you know, do a bigger force of helping more people.
Absolutely.
Is something that we are starting to do slowly, but want to do at a bigger rate, because I think we're all trying to do the same thing in a different way. And I think that's really important. So
The goal is to tap into community.
That's it, right? And it's all love, but there's been a lot of challenges. There's we keep persevering because the call is bigger than ourselves. And that's what continuously fuels us when it gets really, really difficult.
Yeah. So when you talk about the call, right, where are there areas of need within breast cancer awareness?
Absolutely. I think the first thing is advocacy and letting people know you own the power to your body, you own the power of the knowledge, and understanding what that looks like. So I think that would be one of the biggest needs. Outside of advocacy, I think it's also, we're kind of a niche because we don't only focus on assisting and helping women that are undergoing breast cancer treatment and life after cancer, like we like to call it, but we also focus on the everyday Black woman, what she likes to eat, what she likes to put in her hair, the skincare routines, her beauty regimen, her workout regimen, and just how to have an optimal lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. We call it our purposely pink lifestyle. So the need there is, let's have an urgency for life now and what we're choosing daily to be better. So if you are in a position where you do get a call that you have breast cancer, you are well equipped to understand breast health and what you can do to, take care of yourself. And I think that's the second point. The third point, what I definitely think would be just the understanding of the financial burdens that people can go through if they have to have biopsies, if they have to have surgeries, even to remove any of these things. Before you even get to cancer, there's a lot that can come before that that is stopping and crippling young women to take advantage of their health. Yeah. So we're doing everything to educate in a way that's digestible, it's not intimidating, it's inviting, and it's also realistic and palpable to what they can achieve, what they're at, whether it be if we meet them at social media, if we meet them at the events that they're already going to, or if we meet them through their friends who have connected with us and can also repeat that information.
It sounds like y'all are taking advantage of what the world looks like now. You're meeting people where they are, not where you want them to be.
No.
Right? So that's great, and it sounds like that's how Painted Pink is really pouring into this community. You're able to put this information out there where it's easy to understand, it's relatable, it's you're putting it out there. So that's wonderful.
Yes, to serve is a huge calling, but if you focus on who you're aligning with, who's coming to you, who, if God brings you your helpers, it takes it much further than you just trying to create your own island and hoping people, will come. Painted Pink has a personality. She is a woman, and we personified her for us to be able to know how we can serve her need.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes.
Jinx.
Yes.
Wow.
Woman.
You said a mouthful there. So why do you think minority women are the least educated about breast cancer, right? And what can we do to change this globally?
So I think the first stance is there are not a lot of minority physicians or primary care, physicians that are meeting these women to talk about this. And again, they're not talking about the breasts. So if they are finding a lump, maybe they're finding it themselves, and then they don't know there's an action that has to go behind it, right? Or if it is brought up in a conversation, if they have mistrust with their, healthcare providers, that disconnect is going to allow them to not move and not to do anything about, taking care of themselves. They may just ignore the information they're getting. And so I do think that's probably one of the biggest issues. We are not trusting the system of healthcare due to years and years of stories of Black and brown, people and what's happened in the healthcare system here in America. So I think that's probably the biggest issue. So it's trying to fill in those gaps of getting the information to them outside of that clinic, so that way they take back that power, so they know what to ask for, so they can find a provider that they can build, trust with to help them out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. Clear my throat. So we talked about our baby girl.
Yes.
Right? Do you hope she follows in your footsteps?
I hope she just takes care of herself boldly, fully, and takes care of those that are connected to her. That's what really would matter the most to me. If she gets, the fire inside of her to continue this, surge with Painted Pink and breast health, oh by God, that would be by God's grace the best thing ever, because she'll be able to continue this legacy outside of me. Oh, that made me emotional.
We get emotional, girl.
It's okay. We cry on the show all the time.
Speak it.
It's okay. Cry. Let it go. It's all right.
I've never been asked that question before, so sorry.
It's okay.
It just makes me proud, because I know whatever she does, we're proud of her, but it would be a blessing if she could watch and want to, continue to move forward with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
beautiful. Oh, we don't have the tissues ready.
Yeah, but thanks for asking. That was a beautiful question.
We do.
Of Kleenex.
We do. Because at any moment, a tear can drop.
Yes. We've had those episodes.
I've definitely choked up a time or two and teared up and stuff.
But we all want our kids to be proud of us.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
And still find their own journey and lane, right?
Absolutely.
But it's an honor when they want to align with what you're doing, or
Right.
feel like their call is also part of your story. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want my son to be proud of knowing that his mama has lived a fulfilling life.
Right.
A full life.
A
Full life.
Yeah.
Full. I want that to be one of his proudest moments of me and Jonathan, is that he knows my parents lived a full life, and I'm thankful for them because they were able to show me what living a full life looks like.
And that
Absolutely.
exposure, I think, is our due diligence.
Yes.
It's like, I think that's part of our ministry as parents.
You're preaching it.
Come on.
I didn't know we was going to get a word.
Yeah, Annie gonna drop a gem, some rubies, and she gonna drop it. This
And
is always these are conversations
Right.
that we have with like these are the types of conversations that we have.
Yes.
We can turn up, and
Right.
while we turn it up, Annie's gonna drop a gem.
And just to add to what you guys said, like, it's okay to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
It's okay to learn. It's okay to be constantly learning. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get to a space where you don't need to learn anything.
Ever.
Right?
You don't know it all.
So, and
Absolutely.
just taking risk. Like, I want our kids to know we were risk takers.
And start where you are.
Yeah.
That's how this, just start where you are.
And we say that every day about this podcast. Like, we do 1% a day, we get better.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. I love that. And I love the fact that, you made us reflect on that. So,
Absolutely.
She does this, y'all. She'll have you sit back and say, let's talk about this a little deeper.
right. So, since we are reflecting, what is your biggest dream for Paint and Pink? We talk about dreams all the time here.
Manifest.
So,
Manifest.
yes, we manifest.
I love that. I would definitely, especially now with just the pandemic, I think arresting us and everything we're doing to realize we've got to think bigger and further. It was the catalyst of how we think and how we change in our moves. It kind of pushed me to realize I need to think bigger, right? So I would definitely want Paint and Pink to be a national hub for women of color to be able to get to, the access to them. The access to them coming to us would be, very achievable,
Right.
and would be able to sustain them with the resources that they need, from a local, especially these rural places that don't have maybe the capacity to get to a big city.
Right.
So that's something that's really big, and I think that can be done honestly digitally, right? Through a really great resourceful website that can give them all the tips and tricks and tools that they need to find their providers, to find the community that they may need within their sister circles of people that are going through the same thing that they're going through, and just constant information, right? And then I would love if we could have multiple of the brunches in October sprinkled out the big cities and
Right.
the United States, and then helping our international sisters as well, with picking maybe a couple of countries as kind of betas to kind of see where we could help there, and then partnering with their hospitals and organizations and NPOs that are already doing this to take it to the next level. So
Take
that's
it
what I would
slow.
love to do, because I would love to do this, just go to a little Paint and Pink shop every day,
Come on, hub.
Yeah.
You said the hub.
Yes, I would love to have a little
Free
spot, and
back.
I do this every day. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
How can we support you in your dream?
Wow. I think this is a great start, right? You don't know who could be listening to this that's I have wanted community, or I really want to know more about breast health, or I just want to be a part of something where I can volunteer or contribute to something like this, because I'm really passionate about women's health. So this is definitely a start, and I think that support would mean the world of just sharing what we're doing, to word of mouth is the best form of marketing, right? And then I think number 2, you know, share to 3 to 5 friends. Have you gone to the doctor this year? There's a thing called Painted Pink, you know, that is telling us XYZ, and then they can look into us to understand the questions that they should be asking when they do go to their doctor, or like why it's important. So I think acknowledging that this is about just the essence of who we are and how we can be better to take care of ourselves will, I won't say eradicate, because I mean, well, that's us speaking powerfully. One day we'll be able to eradicate cancer, all cancers, amen. But I think it would help with the scary numbers of like, you know, Black women are 2 times more likely to die from breast cancer, right? Like we can hopefully lose those percentages by taking the time now to talk about what we can do to do better. And that's how y'all can help us for sure.
I love it.
Me too. Definitely love that.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am.
I am too. And especially we were around for the baby stage of this to like see it be like a grown woman
Day
now.
one.
So
I remember that first brunch.
Yeah.
I said, what you need me to do? I hope you said it.
Right.
And you sure did. You showed up for a couple of
Had some
them.
soul food. Had a good old time.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was so good.
Yes,
It was so good that I need a drink.
Well, y'all know we always got a drink.
Yes, and y'all can visually see it now.
Yes.
And before we go into this part, right, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, because as y'all noticed, we're in the whole studio, okay? And we got sponsored, y'all. We working. So Cedar Miss Cottage actually sponsored us.
Yes.
And we are so grateful. And so if you are looking for like an Airbnb,
Yes.
if you're looking for a pure space, workspace, if you're looking for
Just a place to even have a
getaway.
social, like a small. Not-
like you and your girls.
no, we're not having no party.
Yeah, no party.
But
like, you know, something like a getaway, a solo
solo
vacation.
vacation.
Yeah, any of that. Or even if you're like a photographer and looking for a space to shoot,
Influencer, and you need like
Influencer.
backgrounds.
Yes.
everything.
The
okay?
whole cottage.
Yes, the whole cottage is adorable. It's so homey, but still very modern, which is my type of vibe.
And it has pieces that's unique pieces.
Yes, unique pieces. And it's just so cute and quaint. So be sure to check that out. We'll have that in our description box, all the information. The host is fabulous. And we are so thankful for that.
Yes, we love her tremendously.
Yes, but we
She
got
knows
a
who
sponsor,
she
y'all.
is.
Ow. Look at us.
Yes, come on, real mama pie.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so anyways, back to this cocktail.
Oh, you better drink, girl. You better drink. Me and Annie about finished ours.
Truly, it was delicious.
So today's cocktail is called the Painted Pink.
Yes.
It's
So
called,
cool. We are honored.
It's called the Painted Pink for obvious reasons because of our wonderful guest, and it's purposeful for October. It's pink. Like we wear our pink, we rock our pink, we drink our pink, right?
Yes.
So we're definitely
Bars.
here. Oh, come on.
Bars.
I'm about to start.
We have a mixtape coming out.
Yeah. Oh, don't lie to me.
Now that will not happen. I'm just like, y'all know. We did the challenge,
Listen,
but
if y'all right,
we did
don't
the workout
hold us
challenge,
accountable.
but not no mixtape.
Yeah, don't hold us accountable for a mixtape. But yeah, so let me tell y'all what's in the Painted Pink. And when y'all know I'm always gonna give the why, the vibe, right? So when you think of this drink or when you drink it, it's like, I'm chilling, I'm vibing. It gives me, although we're in October, it still gives me that springy feel, that pink, that warm pink, right? You think when you're at brunch, you have it. We're at the Painted Pink brunch.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we're drinking our Painted Pink beverages. It has a nice edible floral piece in there.
Yes.
And it's just it's a vibe.
And like we're gonna bring this to the brunch.
Oh,
We're gonna be like saying where we got it from and all the things. Because why not? We've got to carry it on.
Yes, you have your whole drink now.
Oh,
The
yes.
Mama Pie times.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
I love that.
Mama juice time.
Mama
Yeah.
juice. Okay.
Listen, we're gonna talk about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are.
So what the Painted Pink has is 1.5 ounces of grapefruit juice. It has 1 ounce of simple syrup.
Okay.
It has 1 egg white.
Okay. And you can't taste it at all. I was
At
like, egg white
all.
and drink,
Yes,
girl,
don't
what?
sleep on it. I was like that until I tried it, and I was like, This is actually, you wouldn't know that there's an egg white.
Wow.
So yes, it has one egg white, and then you top that with a rosé. And I also like to add like a sparkling water or club, something just to give it that fizz.
Right.
But that's what's in our painted pink drink. And if you are a mama to be, we also topped it with edible flowers if you want to get fancy. But if you are a mama to be, you can simply get you a sparkling rosé, which they have an alcohol-free sparkling rosé. And you can add some club soda to that. You can also add some grapefruit juice, and then you can put your edible flowers in there.
Love
and there's
it.
your mocktail version of the painted pink.
Nice.
Yes.
It's so good, y'all. It's my type of drink. You know, Kendra be drinking them strong drinks that I can't handle, but you know.
You can handle it.
This one was good. It's really flirty, girly, brunchy.
Yeah, I love flirty.
Yeah.
Flirty's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
So if you're trying to get your flirt on and your brunch on, this is the drink for you.
We're going to be flirting at the painted pink
Ow.
with our husbands.
Yeah, with our husbands, of course.
Because you gotta keep dating when you're married.
Absolute girl.
That's a whole different part of the
Yeah. We'll bring you back for that.
Mhm.
Anyway, so now it's time for my favorite part of the show, which is Mama's Corner. Y'all know how I feel about Mama's Corner. So this is the opportunity for our listeners to connect with us and for us to connect to our listeners. So you basically write into us, asking us questions. If you want advice, if you have advice for us, a mama hack you want to share with the community, if you want to vent about your toddler or teenager, that's cool too. Mama Corner is for us. Okay?
Yeah.
It's definitely for us. But sometimes during our Mama Corner, especially when we have a guest, we're a little reflective sometimes. So I would like to be reflective in this portion of the show because this was so powerful.
Rich
and I feel
content.
like knowledge is power, right? And sometimes we do talk to those smaller communities on our podcast, and we pride ourselves on that to get like the unpopular opinions out, right? Or things that may not be in out to communities and educate people. So my question to Annie, our lovely guest, is like, what are the goals of Painted Pink? I know we talked about a lot of Painted Pink before, but like, what are some things that drive you all?
Values.
Your values, your mission, those type of things.
Yes, awesome, thank you. So Painted Pink's mission is to educate every millennial on breast health. And, we're growing that because now we want to make sure we're, those that are not millennials that are, younger than us, we're inviting them to the conversations as well so we can get those college students is like really where we're trying to like catch them, right? That's when you start going to the doctor alone and all those types of things where you start having to like know how you're taking care of yourself. So the different values that we hold are, as I was saying earlier, we're kind of a twofold. We focus on the women that are currently undergoing breast cancer treatment and also life after cancer. And so what we do with those is we have a community called like the Sister Circle. We can connect them with a mentor who has been on the other side, if you will, that can help them with all the things that they're looking to do. Like, okay, what are some of the drugs that, what were some of the side effects that maybe have impacted you? Or like, what were some financial burdens and how did you guys overcome that? What were some avenues if I don't have a caretaker to be able to go to and from or help me in different ways? What are foods that helped? So just any questions that may seem really personal of how they just can overcome, we have that mentorship that we compare them with our Sister Circle, with survivors and thrivers that have been with us and walked with us for years that have just constantly been needing support when we don't know the answer because again, none of us on the board have had cancer, right? We're going off of the education from their experiences. We also put together these Luxe Care Kits. We're so excited about our Care Kits because we get to work with amazing small businesses that focus on clean products. So we're really focused on no parabens, no carcinogens. Everything that you guys put into your body goes into your bloodstream, whether it be your shampoo and conditioner, whether it be your makeup, or what you're eating. And so I think a lot of people don't realize those small decisions they make daily can really impact them in the long haul. So we try to make sure that these care kits have everything to support them through their chemo and radiation journey. And so that's how we focus on those that have breast cancer or, life after cancer. And then the second part of what we do is, as I was saying earlier, the Purposely Pink lifestyle. So we have a lot of different events that go through there. We have Purposely Eats, which is we partner with Black, chefs. Preferably so far it's only been women, which has been awesome. Especially living in Atlanta, we do get a really great blessing, because we have such a surplus of just like flavor here. so that's awesome. But our focus is to focus on them, give them some notoriety of like the amazing dishes they're making, and focus on the clean eating that they're doing and easy things that we can make at home with very minimal ingredients that are going to make us physically feel good and are going to help us just be better for ourselves. So that's one of our biggest programs, Purposely Eats. Of course, we have Purposely Fit, so focusing on workouts. I know you guys are really passionate about that too, and like getting in when you can. Sometimes you can't always make it to the gym, so whatever quick workouts you can do, partnering with different trainers or what have you for us to be able to help with those. And we've done in-person events in the past. And Purposely Beat is focusing on the clean, just beauty, because the beauty industry is huge, and I think that recently they said like Black women are the biggest supporters for beauty. I don't know the percentage, but that's how crazy we're giving our monies. Okay, so making sure we're putting the monies in the right places that are not going to harm your body. So making sure we have a lot of education on that and making it super fun by partnering with different estheticians or those that are focused on just makeup or anything in beauty health in general. So those are ways that we're able to get the everyday girl that we kind of talked about to just be educated. So those are our values of just like, what are you doing to live your optimal life, right? And the urgency to just live better and do better and have the knowledge to prepare yourself. So we are not healthcare professionals by any means. We are literally just your homegirl, your girl that you probably went to school with, and is just trying to make a way to do better and be better. And like what you guys were saying earlier, being 1% better every single day. Like we're just taking our resources and just trying to flourish. That's it.
I love that. Thank you. And before we end the episode, I know this is really random, but I would like to dedicate this episode to my cousin I lost to breast cancer in 2019, Monique Grace. We miss her dearly, and I really wish she had a resource like this, because she left my little cousin behind, and it's just been really hard on our family, and she's just like the life of the party, and I know she's like dancing in heaven, but I would like to dedicate this episode. Yeah,
we looked her
I feel
up.
her spirit.
Oh.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. We definitely dedicate this to her. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. That's a nice touch point, friend.
Thank you. I felt her, and I was like, I need to say that.
Oh, amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So, friend Annie, where can we find you on the socials?
On the socials, so Painted Pink, the number 4 BC is where we are on Instagram. Facebook, it's Painted Pink FOR breast cancer, and our website is www.paintedpink.org. So those are the ways that you can find us. We are very active on Instagram and Facebook, so we would love to connect. Please find us.
Yes, and if anyone want to volunteer, are there opportunities for
Yes,
that?
on the website there's a place that asks, would you like to be a volunteer? You can click it and you'll be able to actually directly email us, and I'll be able to give you a call, or someone from my team will give you a call.
That's awesome.
Great.
Thank
And
you
where
so
can they
much.
find you? What if they want to see what's...
Oh, okay. You know they want to find me. I'm Annmarie without an E, so ANNMARIE .Swatson, SWATSON. That's me on Instagram and also Facebook. So come find me. I love making new friends.
And we'll have all this in the description box.
Yes, absolutely. So, friend, where can they find us?
Oh, okay. On the socials, we're at The Real Mama Pod. And if you want to find me personally, I'm at Kendra Ferg _, and that's KENDRAFERG _.
And I'm at Dev Grace _, and that's DEV as in Victor, Grace, GRACE _.
Yes.
And don't forget to check out our website. We have merch, www.therealmamapod.com.
Yes.
Don't forget to leave us a review wherever you're streaming our podcast. And check us out on YouTube now. Ow.
And friend, what your favorite segment of the show?
What? Oh, duh. How did I forget that? Yes, because I do check our emails faithfully, okay? And if we don't get an email that week, I am sad.
Aww.
So you can DM us if it's easier. If you got my number and you just want to text, that's fine too. But I prefer that you email us so I can streamline everything. And that is mama@therealmamapod.com. And that's anything for Mama's Corner. So,
All right, y'all.
well, this concludes our episode.
Yes, thank y'all so much for listening.
Yes.
And we can't wait for the Hated Pink first.
Yay! Happy October.
Thank you for joining us. We really loved having you.
It was an honor. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.